Home Affairs Minister Kazembe and Police Commissioner General Godwin Matanga have both issued chilling threats against opposition forces and associated activist groups who either picket at polling stations or publicly announce their own tally of votes cast in the elections that happened yesterday and that are still ongoing in some parts of the country. This comes as the opposition has organized its own members who will receive and collect votes from parts of the country in an attempt to forestall any attempts by the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission to announce a fake outcome. The opposition is up in arms with the Poor Management Authority over decisions skewed in favor of the ruling party ZRP. C politicians have urged voters to defend their vote through keeping the confines of their respective polling stations to ensure the correct results are announced. Equally, cyber-based activist group Team Pachedu has also caused some discomfort to ZEC through continued scrutiny over the Poor Management Authority's misdemeanors. Team Pachedu has been actively urging the mapping of polling stations and also created an application called Mandla, which allows individuals to upload images of V11s of various polling stations to preempting any rigging attempts by the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission. The V11s are official forms containing the poll results per polling station, which are co-signed by ZEC and relevant parties. In a separate statement issued on the eve of the crunch poll on Tuesday, both Kazembe and Matanga said police will come down hard on those said to announce their results or remain at their polling stations. Anyone who intends to transmit and announce election results outside the mandate of the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission has no good intentions for the country's peace and security, says Kazembe. As such, the transmission and publication of results by any person or body other than ZEC is unlawful, criminal, and will be dealt with accordingly. We also know that some political parties are currently recruiting youth from urban areas for deployment in some rural areas where they would coordinate these so-called defend vote antics. We are, however, aware that these are machinations aimed at inciting violence, and this conduct violates Section 90 of the Electoral Act and Sections 8 and 10 of the Maintenance of Order and Peace Act, which prohibit gathering around polling stations and any unauthorized congregations, respectively. This is very sad, ladies and gentlemen, that they are saying that gathering around polling stations and any unauthorized congregations is prohibited. But yesterday, what we saw is quite different. We saw that ZANU-PF is the one that was gathering around polling stations and even gathering people around them. Equally, Matanga said police were aware of plans to gather at polling stations, saying people will move in to protect the internal security of the country without any form of hesitation or compromise. The police boss also threatened to invoke sections of the Electoral Act and the Maintenance of Order and Peace Act to descend on unsanctioned public gatherings. So were those which we witnessed yesterday, were those sanctioned? What we just think is that this was just meant to instill fear in the opposition so that they do not implement their anti-rigging strategy. Matanga went on to say, unruly elements bent on causing chaos, alarm, and despondency in the country are accordingly warned.